Hello, welcome to Daily News from Marja'iyat TV. Headlines: a review of the latest activities related to the religious authority in different parts of the world. A scholarly session of seminary professors and scholars with Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. Centers affiliated with the religious authority in various parts of the world held celebratory ceremonies to mark the birth anniversary of the Commander of the Faithful. The Al-Bayt Center in Madagascar continues its activities. The residents of the eminent religious authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadr Hussein Shirazi in the holy city of Qom, hosted a scholarly and research-oriented session. This gathering was attended by a group of scholars, seminary professors, students, and those interested in Islamic teachings, and was held with the aim of enhancing the academic level of students and exchanging jurisprudential and doctrinal views. During this session, a number of scholarly topics were discussed, including an explanation of a passage from Ziyarat al-Jami al-Kabira, updating the average value of the marriage dower, the reason for the impermissibility of initially following a deceased jurist, the criterion for determining frequent travel, the obligation of fasting on the third day of a spiritual retreat. Questions raised by attendees were addressed with precise and well-documented responses by the eminent religious authority. The strong presence of students and their active participation turned this session into a dynamic forum for scholarly dialogue and deeper engagement with religious discussions. According to Marja'iyat Media Network, the full session and the statements of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi have been published on the network's official YouTube page. Yasin Mosque and Hussainiya, one of the centers affiliated with the religious authority in the city of Sydney, Australia, hosted a celebration marking the birth anniversary of the Commander of the Faithful, Imam Ali, peace be upon him. The ceremony was attended by devotees and followers of the Ahlul-Bayt, peace be upon them, and was held with the aim of preserving religious traditions and strengthening the spiritual atmosphere of the Shia community in Australia. On the occasion of the birth anniversary of the Commander of the Faithful, Imam Ali, peace be upon him, Bayt al-Husayn Hussainiya, one of the centers affiliated with the religious authority in Melbourne, Australia, hosted a celebratory gathering. This event was attended by Shia community members and devotees of the Ahlul-Bayt who commemorated this blessed occasion. On the anniversary of the birth of the Commander of the Faithful, Imam Ali, peace be upon him, a grand celebration was held at the Hussainiya of the Zaynabiyya Seminary, one of the centers affiliated with the religious authority in Damascus, Syria. This ceremony began with the recitation of verses from the Holy Quran, followed by a poetic recitation in praise of the Commander of the Faithful by Zaki al-Nuri. Subsequently, Sayyid Nazi al-Sas and Sheikh Bilal al-Dawali delivered speeches highlighting the virtues and status of Imam Ali. The program also featured poetry and devotional recitations by Haydar al-Karaji, and at the conclusion of this ceremony, prizes were distributed among the attendees. The Fatimah al-Zahra Orphanage Complex, one of the centers affiliated with the religious authority in Kabul, Afghanistan, distributed a new round of its monthly aid on January 3, 2026, among needy families and orphans. In this phase, dozens of orphans from the families of martyrs and disadvantaged households received financial assistance. This initiative was carried out with the aim of supporting orphans, reducing poverty, and strengthening social solidarity in Kabul. The Office of the Eminent Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadr Hussein Shirazi in Mazar-e Sharif, Afghanistan, is implementing a program to provide free medical and healthcare services to needy families. This initiative is carried out in cooperation with the Al-Mustafa Cultural and Charitable Foundation and aims to support underprivileged segments of society. According to those overseeing this program, during the most recent phase of implementation, on the 13th of Rajab, hundreds of patients benefited from free medical services. In the same context, and on the occasion of the blessed anniversary of the birth of Imam Ali, peace be upon him, 2 sheep were also slaughtered and the meat was distributed among those in need. This support initiative was carried out on the 13th of Rajab of this year with the participation of the Al-Mustafa Cultural and Charitable Foundation. With the support of the Poetry and Arts Department of the Najaf Center for Strategic Studies, one of the centers affiliated with the religious authority in the holy city of Najaf, the monthly poetry night of the Al-Fai Association was held. This event, organized as part of the center's ongoing literary activities, was attended by a number of prominent Iraqi popular poets. During this gathering, poets recited their works and emphasized the importance of continuing such programs in preserving and promoting popular poetry. The Bayt Center, one of these centers affiliated with the religious authority in the city of Mahajanga in Madagascar, hosted a weekly supplication ceremony dedicated to the Bayt, peace be upon them. The ceremony was attended by members of the local Shia community and began with congregational Maghrib and Isha prayers, recitation of the Holy Quran, the recitation of Hadith al-Qissa, and a religious lecture focusing on the Commander of the Faithful were among the main components of this spiritual gathering. A celebration marking the birth anniversary of the Commander of the Faithful, Ali ibn Abi Talib, peace be upon him, was held at the Global Center of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Canada. The ceremony began with the congregational Maghrib and Isha prayers, followed by a recitation from the Holy Quran. During this event, Sayyid Musa Fali and Sheikh Saleh Sibway delivered speeches on the necessity of following the path of the Commander of the Faithful. The program concluded with a poetic recitation by Taha Musavi and devotional chanting by Mirza Ahmad Sibway. On the occasion of the birth anniversary of the Commander of the Faithful, Imam Ali, peace be upon him, the Public Relations Center of the Office of the Eminent Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Zahra Hussaini Shirazi, in the holy city of Najaf, hosted a group of seminary scholars. During the meetings, references were made to narrations highlighting the virtues of the Commander of the Faithful, with emphasis placed on the importance of following his conduct and way of life in both personal and social spheres. Part of this session was also dedicated to discussion and dialogue on several jurisprudential and religious issues. A celebratory ceremony marking the birth anniversary of the Commander of the Faithful, Imam Ali, peace be upon him, was held at the Imamain Al-Kazim Al-Hadi Mosque, one of the centers affiliated with the religious authority in Kuwait. This event was attended by dozens of believers and followers of the Bayt, peace be upon them, who commemorated the blessed occasion through highlighting the virtues of the Commander of the Faithful, along with poetry recitation and devotional chanting.